Hello, my name is Eric Wilson, and this is our final project, Project 4, for our VFW class, and this is what I made. The theme was weather, and so throughout the app you'll see weather-related items. First you had to make a window to hold the navigation window. It's important you do this on the first page. If you don't, then you really don't have true navigation. So that's done on line 6. Create the navigation window from the first page. Now it's on to creating the variables for the view. Now this isn't very dry. I know as we go along, you're not supposed to repeat yourself, but it was necessary in this case because I was making really 3 buttons, and the only difference was their positioning. So this button here was 35 from the top, and there's the text, okay? And the second button is taking the open view top, all right there, taking that top height and giving it a space of 10. And we did the same thing with the third and final button. Then there was some terminology I wanted to add, just, floating text. One was the open text 3, okay, this is the terminology. This is actually, goes to the second or the third button. But this one was, the assignment, and I wanted that on the front page as part of the requirements. And I also wanted just a feeling of like, okay, I'm at this page, what do I do? I've included some text to say, hey, click below to get started. Requiring can be done in different ways. I always required the next page. So on the apps page, I required the gallery page. On the gallery page, I required the team page. And on the team page, I required the custom page, okay? So quickly, the problem I ran into that I stayed on the longest was this gallery.js. And it was right in here. You see, we opened the function with that bracket, and I was closing it at line 10. So all of my buttons and my view next buttons and my forward functions and my math.floor, none of that was showing up. As you see right here, that's where the entire function stops. If I select it there, you see that it's selected down there at the bottom. This whole thing is one function, and there's functions inside of the function. All of these are properties that you're able to do. Add an event listener to the open page from the weather gallery button from the menu page, so we did that here. Require the next JS page, again that's team, and then when you're opening the window, you're not opening the weather window, you're not opening the weather page. You're opening the nav window, all right? So at the very bottom, that's why it says nav window open, and it opens up. Same thing with the team. We opened up the nav window. The team one, this one was a lot of fun too. This is the one with the JSON data. I had a title, description, and an image as required by the assignment. The top is the same as it is on the gallery page and on the custom page. But once again, if this is the beginning of our function, where is its end? All the way down here on line 126, okay? That is the end. I even say it here, close out the entire function from the above. You've got to select, you've got to build the variable for the array, set the data to the array, add the variable to the window, open the window inside the context of this entire function. So there's your nav window, open team window, and then outside of the function, require the next page. In this case, it's custom, and put an event listener on the page itself. This one was the research page. You go out, do lots of research, and figure out what you're going to do. Are you going to use sliders? Are you going to create a variable? Essentially what this was supposed to do is give the user some feedback, meaning you put in something and you're going to get some feedback back. And what I found was the ability to download the New Oxford Dictionary and connect it to a text area. And this is where the functionality really becomes fun. It becomes a little dangerous too. There is a selection called Search Web, at the very bottom of it. And you don't want to click that because this is going to take you away from the navigation page and from the app completely. So it's very important that I put that warning in there down at the bottom. There's your window, adding your open text, and there's your navigation window. Close out the entire function, and then add your event listener, and here is the app. Okay, Eric Wilson's weather menu, got a weather page in the background. There's the term, my name, our 3 buttons. The first one is the gallery page. Okay, and if you see in the console down here, it says 1. All right, but we had to do random. So now it went to 0, then it went to 5, then it went to 1. It's all looking inside of this images right in here. Here are our images, and it's cycling through them, and it's making them round numbers, and it's making them random. Okay, so that was the requirement for the first button. The second one was a table view, and this is, you can see that got a header. It says the weather team. The header is the Wilson Weather Team, and the footer says, not including the dog who is not a superhero. I tried to change the font, but I believe when you're selecting this style, the font colors are already predetermined. So we swip over here, and there's Michelle, known to my family as Wonder Woman because she is. And we also added some flipping, rather than just slide over to the page or have the page kind of pop open, I wanted to have some kind of animation to it. So there's the Hulk, that's what my son calls me, much better than being called Santa Claus. And there's my son, whose favorite hero right now is Captain America. So using the navigation, we go back to the menu. Here's the fun part, the weather terminology. It's your own personal weather dictionary. There's the warning, don't hit search web. Hit the dictionary button to load the new Oxford English Dictionary, then hit the done button to return to this page. And here are some very detailed explanations. You highlight by double-clicking on it. You don't want to cut, copy, paste, or replace, but you do want the definition. And this takes you, you're still on the weather navigation, and there's the definition of weather and all. It's a verb, phrases, stuff like that, or dictionary. And when you're done, you go back to this. So you can do pretty much anything you want. Like if I wanted to put hurricane, double click it, hit the definition, hurricane, what it is, where it came from, God of the storm. Okay, so that was my weather terminology. That's my function. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I really enjoyed this class. Hope to see you next time.